Welcome back to Bills, Bets, and Beers. I'm your host, Chad, and this is going to be a video talking about the Bills versus Bears preview, prediction, and doing a quick overview and recap of the Bills-Dolphins game. Let's get into this. If you like this channel, please give me a like and subscribe. It's a channel where I mostly talk about Bills football, NFL in general. Then I throw in some parlays that I do, and sports, more like NFL sports betting for the Monday, Thursday, and Sunday night football games, and then the occasional just random Sunday games as well. And on top of that, I do weekly or bi-monthly tasting and rating of a tasty brew. Try to pick something from the local areas to test out. But anyways, let's get into this, and let's start off with that good old injury report. On the Bills side, we have Boogie Basham. He has a calf injury, and he did not participate on Thursday. We need all the depth we can at that role, and he's a really good defensive player. So we're gonna probably need him back there for our pass rushing, at least to keep everyone healthy and warmed up in this game coming up, because this game coming up is going to be freezing. Yes, we've been playing some pretty colder games as of late in Buffalo, but in Chicago it's supposed to be like, with wind chill, could be in the negatives. And even without it, it's going to be like 10, 12 degrees or something like that. Then you got Matt Milano with a knee injury. He was limited participation on Tuesday. Definitely, I think they're just resting him. He was that all week last week, so I don't think there's too much to worry about. Then you have Mitch Moore's concussion. He actually got that during the Dolphins game, and he's DNP for Tuesday. I don't think he's going to be able to clear concussion protocol for this week, personally. And I was listening to some stuff. I think that was like his sixth concussion in his career. And it's getting pretty high up there. It's kind of like how Poyer was and stuff. But there's no neck injury and stuff like that. But definitely something to keep track of and watch out for. Hoping to see him back for the Bengals game. That'd be massive. Then you have Ryan Bates, ankle injury. He has limited participation on Tuesday as well. Gotta keep that O-line healthy. Right now, we're already going to be going with the backup center for this game, at least from what you could think's going to happen. We just need to keep everyone healthy up there, healthy enough anyways. Then you have Jordan Phillips' shoulder. He has limited participation Tuesday too. Phillips, I think he should play this week. I think they're kind of trying to rest him, because he did not participate really at all last week. So I see him. I'm predicting him actually playing this game. I don't see why he wouldn't. Unless he regresses on a Thursday or Wednesday. Then that's the only way I think that could happen. Then let's go over to the Bears side. Wide receiver Chase Claypool, he has a knee injury and he is limited on Tuesday. I think this is just kind of just trying to rest the knee, because it's getting a lot colder. It's getting deeper into the season. If they have any elements, they're just going to let them get limited participation. There's no need to have him get a full practice out there if he's not needed. He's been not playing for them for a couple weeks, at least 4 or 5 weeks now. And he probably's got the schedule down. He's got good chemistry, enough chemistry with Fields. So just something to think about, I guess. Then you have the guard, Tevin Jenkins. He has a neck injury, and he was limited participation on Tuesday as well. So, unfortunately, I think he's going to play. But honestly, much didn't help them last week against the Eagles, because they still got 6 sacks against them. So definitely something going good for the Bills with that point. Then you have wide receiver Equanimus St. Brown. I probably said that really wrong, but it's a concussion protocol, and he did not participate in Tuesday. I didn't watch the Eagles game, but I would guess he got that during that game, or maybe right before it at practice or something. I have no idea, but I see him not playing this game. Same situation for Mitch Morse. It's too short of a turnaround to be able to come back from concussion protocol, at least this far into the season. Then you have cornerback Kendall Vilder, ankle injury, did not participate. That's pretty big for them. He's a backup over there, but definitely something to look for, because if they have anyone go down, that means there's less of like a big fill roles for them. Then you have guard Cody Whitehair, knee injury. He did not participate Tuesday as well. So their O line looks a little banged up, and the secondary is going to be the same as starters at least, so nothing really to worry about there for them. But Bills aren't going to need to, like, this Bears defense isn't the greatest, yet they had a good showing against the Eagles, and I think they're going to come out just as fast against the Bills. The only thing I see being different is, I think the Bills offense is going to be able to do a little bit more and scheme a little bit better against them. Especially seeing how they attacked Philly, similar to, I'm guessing, how they were going to attack the Bills, so they have pretty good example of what they're going to try to do to us. And Philly still went off in the least receiving department. Wow, I forgot his name. The one guy got like 88 yards. And that's the guy they picked up in the offseason. So I'd see Diggs, Davis, and our receiving team have a pretty good day today. But anyways, let's get into this Miami recap before we get into the Bills versus Bears storylines. So Bills improved on third down efficiency this week. They're 8 for 14. They were doing a little bit better. Yes, they were having a lot of they were having 3 and outs, or having like pretty quick outs even after getting that first down in that I'm sorry guys, I'm just blanking right now. They were doing pretty well after, but then we get that first down, and they would just kind of crumble in a sense. They had that weird range where they lost like 5 in a row. They had 5 3-and-outs in a row. So definitely something to be positive about, at least going 8 and 14 compared to going 2 and 13 last week. So very positive at that point. So I guess the play calling Ken Dorsey was doing was good enough to keep us going in that aspect. And Allen's legs was killing them, so definitely a factor in that. Then another nice little tidbit, Bass has ice in his veins in that game-winning field goal. He's what we need. Like, you need a kicker who's going to be able to do those in those hard moments. Those moments where they're going to do a timeout right before trying to ice you. If they have the timeout, they're going to be like a lot of pressure on you in the last seconds of that game. This wasn't to win it. This was to win it and not go into overtime. So it was a little less stressful than you need to hit this to tie or win. To me, it's a little less, but with the weather coming down and that snow and that wind and that moment, it was still 40 yards out. Good on him. That's what we need. Right? That's going to be super big coming forward, especially if we get a lot of home games in this playoffs. I'm hoping we get that 1 seed, so we have 2 playoff games in there. And that'll give us upper hand. Then you have MVP Josh Allen shows up in cold weather game. He did a massive game today. Well, on Saturday. He had 4 passing touchdowns, 304 passing yards, 25 for 40 on his pass attempts, and 77 yards on the ground. I think he had 14 rush attempts or 10 or something like that. I forgot what it was. But he had a lot of yards. So he's coming like this is what we not expect, but this is what we're used to out of Josh Allen. Killing it on the ground, then killing it in the air, and just spreading the ball around. And that's what he did. He got a Quentin Morris touchdown. James Cook got a receiving touchdown. I mean, just spreading it around and giving everyone the chance to get in. Basically, if he trusts you to get, like, if you're open, he's going to be passing to you in that red zone. He's not set, like, and I think he trusts pretty much everyone on that team for receiving aspect. Then last couple things, Bills rush defense got a little lost in that game. I'm not sure because it wasn't really should have been the weather. I think it might have been the game plan. Personally, I mean, I think they're trying to say, "Hey, we're gonna cover your people down back here, and we're going to dare you to run." Because Miami ended up getting 188 yards on the ground. I think we underestimated Mostert, or we knew they wouldn't do enough to beat us that way, but they almost did. So I think the game plan kind of fell a little short, but I think it was mostly game plan for that, personally. I mean, there was a lot of missed tackles, so there was some not great play on that side of the field with the tackling, but they were kind of not they're kind of reliant on the players making those tackles. So maybe it wasn't as much game plan, it was just kind of play, but the game plan put them in situations so if they did miss a couple of those tackles, he was going to be able to get a big run. And then the fourth quarter snow, that stuff came in clutch. I was at that game, and reason why I haven't been posting the past couple of days, I've been trying to just get back to where like I was before, because got a little bit of a coldish sense where I've just been getting more tired late and trying to get my body wants me to rest a little bit more. So I haven't had as much energy to do these videos. But I'm doing it this morning because I need to get this video out, and it's been a couple days, so I just think that snow just came in clutch for us at the end. That was our weather advantage for the game. Right at the end of that fourth quarter, Allen able to drive through it with his arm, get a couple big passes and a nice couple runs in to get us in the end zone and to get us into field goal range. Deep into field goal range. Like we were at like this 5-6 yard line. So, but yeah. Side note, that snowball debacle was ridiculous. Like I was there. It was just raining snowballs. I didn't throw a single one because I'm like, I don't want to give them a penalty. And also, I'm on the third deck. If I did throw any, it's gonna smack someone on the first fucking on the 105s or something below me. So I'm not throwing anything down. But that was ridiculous. I mean, if you there was so I didn't watch the playback of the game, but there was so many calls coming out about hey, stop snowballs. It was like every 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, because hey, they could get a penalty. Stop doing this. But yeah, I mean, what do you expect when there's a foot of snow when you get to your seat? So let's get into this Bills-Bears game. Got a couple storylines here. The Bills front seven versus the Justin Fields rush attack. I personally think we're gonna need to treat him like a Lamar Jackson. We're gonna give him a Lamar treatment, pretty much being like, do not over pursue, just contain him, and then squeeze it. Contain and squeeze. Contain and squeeze. You don't want to over pursue, because when you over pursue, he's gonna pop out of there and go for 30, 40 yards, or at least 20. So you gotta just keep him contained in his little bubble there, back in his little QB zone, and just keep him there in that pocket. Don't let him leave. And the only way you you come in as if you get him down. You're going to have people around you to go in for that kill. Because if he dodges you, or he gets right out of the way, and there's a hole there, he's going to go up and get that first down. So just keep him contained. Dare him to basically throw it to keep it alive, which he can throw. But then we're going to have to trust our DBs in the back to keep that contained as well enough. So he doesn't get the first option or first read that he gets. I think we definitely can do this. I mean, the Eagles got 6 sacks on them. They do have a really good defense. But I think our defense is very good as well. And at least our pass attack has been doing very good. Didn't do much. They got 2 sacks against Tua last week. But definitely something to look for. I mean, I think we're going to be able to get to him. Probably get around 5 sacks this game. At least 4 to 5. And like I said, hopefully contain him to under like 60 yards rushing. I would say under 50. Because that's how he usually beat Lamar. You kept him to under 50 yards rushing, and he didn't get much done on the passing side. Because we had everything locked down in the back enough, and then if they didn't, and then when he did throw in the tight coverage, we would either bat it down or pick it off. So keep the same mindset when you're facing him. Because, I mean, he's legitimately, I think, 200 yards away from Jackson's, career rushing, like a QB career, rushing yards. Because I think Jackson got that a couple years ago. He's 200 yards away from that. That's ridiculous. He has more than majority of running backs. He's like 7th in the league right now in rushing in all, total. Then we got our Bills O-line without Mitch Morse versus this Bears front 7. Yes, the front 7, they've been getting rid of pieces throughout the year and trading them. Without Mitch Morse in, I just worry about the snapping placement and how they're doing, like how everything is flowing on that line. With Mitch Morse there, he doesn't need that much help in the center. He usually is one helping the others around him, the guards around him. But without him there, it's going to make it a lot harder for that offense to kind of gel, I believe. I think that's the only reason why this front 7 is going to have a chance to do any disruption against us. I mean, they did a really good job against Philly, and they have a good O-line. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to watch the game. But it's not helping us when we don't have Mitch Morse out there. And just praying that we get him back for next week. And he's healthy enough to play. And get out there so he's not going out there and could possibly injure himself for good type of situation. So I'm hoping we get him back and he's able to play the rest of the year out. But that 6 concussions can be not great for the Bills. Like I said, I'm hoping in 2 weeks we get him back. By week 17 we get him back. But that backup center, it's listed as Greg Van Rotten at the moment. He needs to step up. He needs to work with Josh a lot this week to get his snaps right and perfect. Because if he doesn't, there's going to be an issue. And get used to be that good replacement for Mitch Morse. Be the one who no one's worried about you when it comes to blocking. Or after that snap, you contain yourself and you help people around you as well. That's what he kind of needs to get to, and I'm not sure if he can this week, but I'm hoping he does. Then you have Bills running backs. They need to step up in another Frozen Tundra game. And this is a real Frozen Tundra game. Like I said, it's going to be the coldest game yet. It might get into the minuses with wind chill. And these running backs, yes, they didn't do that bad. I mean, Singletary was 40-something yards on 14 carries, so not doing much. And then the other guy was, Cook was 37 yards on 5 attempts, which weird to see. I thought it'd be a little more even there. But there was a lot of passing going on as well, with Josh going over 300 yards, so not getting as much of like I mean, honestly, Josh Allen got most opportunities in the rushing, and not all of them were designed runs, but I would say a good half of them probably were. So definitely took away from Cook in the running department there. So something to look out for. I mean, this game I kind of could predict that Josh Allen's going to be doing probably around 60 rushing yards at least this game as well, 50 to 60 at a minimum, because I mean, with this type of weather, you're not expecting him to throw it on the field 50 yards at all times, especially if it's going to actually be snowing a lot, like they say it's going to. But it could be like the Bills game where the snow just comes at the end, so no one really knows, but it's going to be chilly. It's going to be cold. And I really don't want a quarterback going out there and getting smacked really hard because he's doing a run in this 10-degree weather. That's not good for anybody. Then I got the Bills OC Ken Dorsey versus the worst cold game this year. I was reading like a little article that said he had two kinds of schemes kind of set up for this game. One for if it was snowing, like dumping snow like they expected to the whole game, and one for when it didn't. Obviously, we went for the one for when it didn't, but we had the other one in the back for when it did start doing that. We did have that going, so kind of smart to do that, but it kind of splits your attention, I guess, with the prep for the week. I mean, if he's put enough time to make everything foolproof on both sides, that's great, which I think he would. That's his job, and he's been doing good at play calling as of late. Yes, he's had some blunders, but I mean, he's first time play caller. That's what you're gonna expect. But what kind of plays is he gonna be doing? Is he gonna be doing more of those like shorter patterns with this? If it starts getting really windy and snowy, are we gonna have the running backs actually run up the middle through the front through between the guards, or are we gonna be having him bounce out around the tackles and stuff like that? I mean, we're gonna have to be going towards more up the middle at this point, but there's gonna be a spy for Josh Allen there too, so who knows? I mean, just gonna be interesting how he plays this game in it. If we get a full snow game, like a can't really see much, and it's very windy type of game, I'm just more interested how he's gonna go about it, because I wouldn't like to see it too many Josh Allen rush attempts, but as a Bills fan, you know it's gonna happen. You would just hope it's more limited. Then this last one, I'm gonna talk about a little bit. The Allen's rush attack versus Bears front seven. Very similar to like what I was saying about like with the O line and these running backs. I think Allen is gonna be running more this game. With it being this type of weather and this type of like environment, I think he is gonna put a lot on himself. And I'm just hoping that the running back and the OC allow him to not have to, but he's going to anyways. I just don't think this Bears defense is going to be able to contain Josh, and I think that's why it's going to be more used in a sense. Like it's like if we can't get things going another way, that's going to be like the backup plan. If we can't get quick slants or get some nice quick throws out there, or the running backs are getting stuffed too much, gonna go back, act like you're gonna pass it, and then just run it. That's gonna be a lot, like probably 4 to 5 plays this game, I think. But hoping the offensive line could at least give them a chance to make those throws, or give the running backs a chance to build those lanes for those running backs to go through. That's what we're gonna need this game, because it's gonna be a nice. I would say it's gonna be a pretty defensive game. It's not gonna be a total blowout. But I have it at blowout-esque, like a 24 Bills, Bears 13. I just don't think the Bears could be able to score enough on us. I think the defense is gonna do good at containing him in the backfield, because we have been doing Leslie Frazier's defense has been doing great at containing Lamar the past couple years. So it's like practice for this game, I believe. But that's gonna be it for that. Got couple other things. I got some hot takes. I got Cooks 2+ touchdowns, 1 receiving, 1 rushing. Then I'm gonna say Beasley over 75 receiving yards. I think he's gonna be a big third down threat here in this game. He did show up last game. And then 1 passing touchdown. 1 receiving touchdown. I just think he's going to be able to get used more. He's going to have more time with the new playbook that the OC is giving him. And I just think Josh Allen's just going to go to him a little bit more because he's had a little bit more time to practice with him. Because even though he was there for many years, and I guarantee the chemistry's still there, it's still getting back to that rhythm again. I think that, because he did get a couple passes last game, but I think it could be a lot more prevalent this game, or it could be anyways, because it's either going to be him or Gabe Davis, or like him, Gabe Davis, or Knox. Because McKenzie did do pretty well last week, and I think he's done enough to keep a good role in that slot. But depending how Beasley starts panning out, his role might be going back to those jet sweeps, and I wouldn't mind getting a couple jet sweeps in there again. Then you have my upcoming videos. I'm going to be doing Christmas Eve same game parlay and predictions video, Thursday Night Football preview and same game parlay video as well. I'll be dropping that later today. And then I'll be doing my Week 16 game predictions and same game parlays. So I'm going to be dropping I've been putting my Sunday Night Football parlays in there as well. Just to kind of keep it better content without just being like tied down to like Sunday Night Football in a sense. Because then I can get more parlays in there and explain what's going on. Then Bills vs. Bears post-game reaction. I will be doing this. Going to the game makes it a little bit harder to come back and make these post-game reactions and get everything kind of together. During the game, like when I'm watching at home, I can do like some notes of what I would like to talk about and stuff. And at the game, it's completely different. I mean, some people are lucky if they remember the whole game. So, yeah, that's going to be it for my upcoming videos. I'm going to be doing obviously more after that and keeping more consistent again. Then my sponsors, I got my wife, Crochet with Elisha. Check out her Instagram. She does a lot of like hats, mittens, gloves, like headbands, anything you could think of for the winter, even cardigans and jackets like that. She makes tons of stuff like this. So check her out. See anything you like. She makes it from like anywhere from like little baby infants all the way up to big adults. Any size adults as well. All she might need some measurements and stuff like that to know like exactly how much yarn she's gonna need to use and how many stitches per row and things like that. But definitely check her out. She also does like beer koozies and like dolls and anything you can think of. She can make it if there's a pattern for it, and if there's not, she can make one. Then I got my buddy Evan over at her Instagram it's spelled out crochet, WITHELISHA. Then I got my buddy's YouTube. My buddy Evan has a YouTube channel over at Mr. Nasty Time. It's MR_NASTYTYYYME. Check him out. He does a lot of content. He's been doing a lot of gaming on there because he's switched over from Twitch. He does a lot of Warzone 2.0, and just Modern Warfare 2. He's been also doing a decent amount of the Madden franchises stuff going on that he does with his buddies. So check him out. Great content. He'll drop his I think he's been doing more of like he just dropped a week 15 like basically like reaction video to it, like going through all the games that happened in week 15 and what kind of panned out from it and what do you think is going to be happening in the future. And he'd probably do like a week 16 preview, I believe, if he has time for that. But definitely check out his content. It's very good. And that's going to be it for this video. Leave a comment with some feedback, positive, negatives. It's all welcomed. And if you like the content, definitely leave a like and subscribe. Help me out to get more, make sure I know that I'm doing good stuff here, that this is the type of stuff you guys want. Okay, go Bills, and I'm out.